Life is happening right now. It's not somewhere in a parking lot waiting for you to get your qualification. Your future relationships hang in the balance. Make your own decisions. Take responsibility for the outcomes. If things don't work out as you had hoped, always take the lesson. That's also how you build character. If you're a university student, you are moving from a life of school to the school of life. So this is the mezzanine floor that's going to separate these two realities for you. There's a huge difference between the school of life and the life of school. For example, in the school of life, you get the exam first and then you get the lesson later. Your feelings and your needs usually will come last. And you are responsible for all your actions, even the ones that are taken in ignorance. So if I could give advice to my younger self about the time that I spent at university, here are some of the things that I wish I had known that could help you in your transition to the school of life. First bit of advice, be present. The future will always be here, but now and its opportunities will not always be here. So if you are eager to get to the future and you think that all the wonderful things that you would like to see in life are in the future, I would advise you to look around you. Your mom, your parents, your aunties and uncles, the service providers you come in contact with every day, these are the people that are in the future. And if we come across as grumpy, as defeated, as all the things that you don't like, it's because we are in the future. And there are certain choices that we made that are affecting how we are feeling about the future right now. So being present and taking advantage of the opportunities that you've got right now is pretty much setting the foundation for the type of future that you're going to have. So don't treat the things that you need to take care of now as chores. They're actually investments in yourself and the future that you're going to have. Second bit of advice, always do your best, but never expect to always be the best. One of the realities of life is that you will be great and excel at certain things, but you will not excel at everything. And giving your best will be the baseline against which you're able to assess your own capabilities, your own strengths and weaknesses. It's also going to allow you to be able to look around you and see people who are particularly better than you at certain things, and you can always learn from them. And also it helps you to accept the limits that you have as a person. And it's a very good antidote for envy. You will not be envious of people once you understand that you cannot be the best of everything. And not having that envy is going to help you to learn from other people who are particularly excellent at things that you yourself do not excel in. Third bit of advice, be grateful. Once you become an adult, no one owes you anything, not even your parents. So every opportunity that you get, every bit of favor that you get, every help that you get from anywhere, nobody owes you that. So you have to make the best of whatever is presented to you, and you have to be grateful for what people are willing to offer. Take that and turn into something that you need, because once you become an adult, you're responsible for your own needs. Fourth bit of advice to my younger self, be kind. First of all, be kind to yourself, because you are just learning how life works and how the world works. So you will make a lot of mistakes. You will be taken advantage of. You might take advantage of other people. So you will have to learn to be kind to yourself when you make those mistakes, and you'll have to pick yourself up and get moving again. Be kind to your own peers. Everyone has something going on. So just always know that what might not be a problem for you could be a problem for another person. And if it bothers them, then you respond to the fact that it bothers them and not so much that it doesn't bother you. So this is the space where you start to realize that the world doesn't really revolve around you. And there's a broad spectrum of triggers and emotions that you're going to have to navigate as an adult. And finally, be kind, especially to your instructors. So lecturers or professors, they're also human beings. They have things going on in their lives. And sometimes we show up even if we don't feel like it. Maybe we just buried a family member, but we are here to give this class because we're expected to. So sometimes we may not be at our best, and we might do things that you might feel are unacceptable. What I always say, in any situation where you're dealing with people, is that where there is the absence of any concrete evidence that somebody meant to be mean, that somebody was discriminating against you, that somebody didn't like you, then always take the most generous interpretation of that situation. It's better to assume that someone was having a bad day. You can let it go. You don't have to cling to the bad feelings that come with that. If you were wrong, then maybe that's still a good thing, because then that intended effect of that person is not going to stay with you for a long time. And if you were right, isn't the world a better place for you having made that assumption? Number 5, keep an open mind. There is no perfect anything for you out there. There's no perfect job. There's no perfect spouse. There's no perfect nothing. So what you have to do as you navigate life is to understand that life, the world, will turn as it does, and you're going to have to learn to make the best of every situation. So work on your own mindset and work on the types of things that you focus on in any situation, because that's what makes the difference between people who succeed and the people who don't. The people who have the perfect life are the people who have learned to make the best out of less than ideal situations. So it is your mindset that you need to work on. There's no perfect anything anywhere that's waiting for you to find it. It has always been within, it's always going to be. Number 6, no regrets. You will make mistakes. The most important thing is that you learn from them. There's a song by Benjamin Clementine that has the line, "The decision is mine, so let the lesson be mine." So once you embrace this type of attitude, you will be able to do more with your life. You will be able to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you have made, and you will be able to become a better person. So always take accountability when things have gone wrong. Always try out new things. There's actually evidence that we regret the things we didn't do more than the things that we did do. So if there are things that you want to try, as long as they relate to your ambitions and your development and your self-growth, try those things out. And then if you don't succeed, at least now you know this was not made for you. You move on to the next thing. But do not put yourself in the position where you are afraid to try out things, because that's the whole point of your existence. No regrets when you have made the decisions yourself and you're accountable for the consequences that come with them. Number 7, leave. Life is happening right now. So you're on this mezzanine floor and your life is already happening. Your future relationships hang in the balance. The current relationships, interactions that you make, they're going to matter for the future. So you have to make something out of them. So don't think that on this floor, you have to put everything on hold so that you can focus on your education, because all the other things in your life that are on the other side of your qualification are also in motion. Your relationships are not going to wait for you to be ready to pick them up again. And your own development in other aspects of your life are also not going to wait for you to finish this. So leave right now and get as much done as you can, because life is already happening. It's not going to start happening at the end of your qualification. So a bit of advice to my younger self and to you, if you're just starting your university years. 1, you're moving from a life of school to the school of life. So make the best of this time to learn more about how life works. 2, the future will always be waiting, but the present and its opportunities will soon come to pass. So make the best use of the present so that you can capitalize on what the future has to offer. 3, always do your best, but do not always expect to be the best. There will be things that you cannot excel at, and you're better off focusing on building some kind of awareness in terms of your own weaknesses and learning to learn from the people who are better than you in certain aspects. 4, be kind. Be kind, first of all, to yourself, because you will make mistakes. That's inevitable. Be kind to your peers. Everyone is going through something, and you never know how far kindness can get them. And be kind to your instructors. They are also human. They also go through things, and sometimes a bit of empathy goes a long way for them as well. So in the absence of any concrete evidence that somebody intends to be mean or unkind to you, just take the most generous assumption in terms of interpreting that situation. They will be better off and you will be better off. 5, keep an open mind. There's no perfect anything for you out there. but you can make the best of any situation in order to realize some kind of existence that you are going to be content with. 6, no regrets. Make your own decisions. Take responsibility for the outcomes. If things don't work out as you had hoped, always take the lesson. That's also how you build character. And finally, live. Life is already happening right now. It's not somewhere in a parking lot waiting for you to get your qualification. So make sure that you attend to the things that are important, that will be important at the other side of your qualification. Take care of your relationships, nurture them, look after yourself, because all these things are going to matter once you have finished university.